So, Anime Boston 2014 came and went. As per usual, I went to the con and took pictures of cosplays that I really liked. I didn't get as many pictures as I would have hoped, unfortunately, but I had fun nonetheless. I love Anime Boston. I've been going there every year ever since middle school, and it's only been getting bigger and bigger each year. I remember my first time at AB when the artist alley was really just an alley, or rather, it was the hallway. You know, the hallways that you walk down to get to the ballrooms and all the panels? Yeah, that used to be Artist Alley. So many things have changed since I first came to the con. Mainly, like, they changed the position of the rooms and the panels, and the lines got way longer than they should be. What I do during Anime Boston has changed over the years as well. When I first went, I would spend almost all the weekend in the karaoke room. It got to the point where the people running the booth actually recognized me year after year. As the con got bigger and the lines for sign-up got longer as well, you would have to wait hours before it's your turn up at mic. So unless you're insanely dedicated, you would only have time for 2 songs if you still plan to do anything else that weekend. Nowadays, I generally only go to the cosplay events and panels, barring a few interesting panels here and there if I have time. I'm kinda sad I don't get to karaoke as much as I used to, but I can still sing loudly in the hallways. Each year I feel like I'm more prepared for the con. I guess you could say I'm a veteran of AB by this point. Some quick tips for anyone who wants to go to a convention. Bring water. This is a must. You know most rooms have a bubbler and cups, but you're gonna have to get a water bottle you can carry around as well. I know having to carry a bag full of stuff gets in the way of cosplay, but it's your health versus your cosplay. Tough choice, actually. Barring from that, also, if you're going to concerts and stuff like that, or just any panels that have stages and lights, there's gotta be a lot of screaming, so be prepared for that. Another thing is to bathe or at least wipe yourself off with a wet towel. A lot of sweating happens during conventions, and it'll be gross if you didn't clean yourself. Ew. Anyway, when making purchases or considering making purchases, please make sure to check all the other shops and booths first. Sometimes you'll find the same product sold a couple booths down for a slightly cheaper price. The exception to this rule is if the thing you're eyeing is the last one, at which point you must decide for yourself to either get it now or later and risk someone else buying it. Also, be careful of strangers. I feel like a hypocrite for saying this, considering I like to randomly start conversations with people standing in line with me. But seriously, it's great to make new friends at the convention, but be careful and never go somewhere alone with someone that you just met. That's enough of the serious stuff, let's get back to the convention. Aside from the panels and guest speakers, cosplay events, and so on, there's also a video games room, the board/card game room, the anime viewing rooms, and so on. There's a manga reading room as well, but I didn't find it this year, so I don't know for sure if it still exists. I hope it does. Oh, also a very important thing to make sure of, and I'm sure lots of people forget about this, but you should always try to get some rest during AB. I know some panels run late at night, and the others start quite early in the morning, which is bad, and you won't get enough time for sleeping. Not getting enough sleep can really cripple your experience of the convention. I know I didn't get enough sleep during AB. I would get sleepy or dizzy in the halls and during panels. I think I dozed off while walking because parts of my memories are kinda blurry. I'll be walking to a panel and then blink and find myself somewhere else and not sure how I ended up there. So yeah, sleep deprivation is kind of a serious matter. In other news though, they had a Lolita panel again this year, and they had some really gorgeous dresses there. I really love looking at their stuff, and I plan to actually make my own Lolita outfit at some point. Still working on it right now, and you have no idea how difficult it actually is to sew this stuff by hand, but I can't really work a sewing machine all that well yet. The best thing about Anime Boston, for me at least, is the huge variety of cosplay that I find every year. There are a lot that I see like at least once every year, like for example Jesus. He shows up pretty much every year. There's a Jesus all the time, sometimes several, but this year a couple of other deities showed up as well, and that was lots of fun. By the way, all hail Lord Helix! But yeah, aside from that though, I still can't believe they actually have a cosplay for Twitch Plays Pokemon. That's kind of amazing to me because I'm like, oh my god, it's Twitch! Yee! And I need to stop squealing like that. I'm sure a lot of people noticed this, but this year security got even tighter. They had bag checks and metal detectors. Like seriously? I don't even know. They even confiscated my sewing scissors. I know I was upset about this, but at the same time I understand why they did it. After the marathon bombings, people have gotten more cautious about safety. It's upsetting to me how the actions of unrelated criminals affect our lives even now, especially at an anime convention so far removed from that event. It might be selfish of me to say that, considering, you know, that was a very serious event that happened, but at the same time, like, I. Well, either way, like, despite everything though, like, anime convention was still as fun as it ever was, and I can't wait to go back again next year. Mostly just because I want to see what type of cosplays will be popular next year. This year, the most popular cosplays was, well, Attack on Titan and, alright, Homestuck, as per usual. Whatever. Anime Boston. Come back every year.